You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
I personally hope you leave all four in there.
It'll be in there somewhere. Hello and welcome to Movie Bitters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
And I'm Kyle.
Oh, me? I'm Nick.
I'm Mrs. Farx.
Yeah, you're Mrs. Farx. Sorry to talk over Mrs. Farx.
My intro to podcasting ever and on Movie Baiters, so I'm excited.
I am excited for you, Mrs. Farx. And yes, I insist on being referred to as Mr. Farx Kyle for the rest of the episode.
Mr. Farx Kyle.
Oh, I didn't
What makes me a unique guest, you wonder? Well, I'm not I'm not a filmmaker. I watch movies occasionally, and my debut into filmmaking was 48 Hour, which I would say is not a great way to dive into filmmaking because it's so stressful. And how does not everyone just quit halfway through? So
Kirk just did a 48-hour.
I wanted to quit halfway through, yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Especially
Maybe
if you're
I
not
shouldn't say that.
running on any sleep and you have a $50 budget, and my gosh. But
Did you have how big was your budget, Kirk? Did you have more than $50 you were allowed to?
Well, I wasn't in charge. I was only the sound guy, so I don't know how much money they spent on it.
But per the rules of 48 Hour, you're not allowed
You're not allowed
to
to pay, so...
You can just buy, so the budget's just to buy pizza, right? And like whatever.
Crafty?
food
Yeah, I'm sure. They had a lot of food on there.
You
Did you have
can't
beer?
pay the people who are working, but you can pay.
Just ask me if they had beer on
Did they
set.
have beer? Yeah, did they have beer on set?
Of course not. Why would they?
I don't know. There's Sonia gave a speech at this year's Z-Fest Awards where she was like, "Oh, my husband bought beer because he thought that's what was going on at this event." And I said, "That's fantastic, Sonia's husband."
Oh,
His
I got to
name's
finish the
Derek.
introduction. We're going to be speaking about Materialists. This is the non-spoilers segment.
Indeed. And young Kirkland Farx does not like this movie, even though everyone else did, and that's why we're all here.
Yeah.
We're here to have an
Everybody gets
intervention with you on why.
Intervention? All right.
Yeah. So can we start the debate on, is it a rom-com?
Well,
It was marketed as one.
yeah, that's the thing I didn't like about the marketing, because the trailer clearly stated to be like a rom-com. It was supposed to be a comedy. It was comedy heavy, but is it a spoiler to say that it doesn't turn out that way when you watch the movie?
I don't understand how it's not a romantic comedy. My position is that it is a romantic comedy because it's
more of a
romantic
drama.
and there's comedy.
It's a drama. It's for sure a drama.
Yeah, it's just a different balance. It's
Yeah.
not like a Kate Hudson, like Matthew McConaughey, a movie that I absolutely wouldn't watch.
A chick flick?
Well, no,
That's
just like,
diminutive. Women can have movies too.
it was a little chick flick,
Whoa.
just because they don't make movies like that as often anymore.
Yeah.
So for 2025, arguably you could say it was a chick flick, but it was dramatic. I totally agree with you there, Kirk. I don't think it was
Yeah,
particularly
it's a
a
lot more
rom-com.
drama than comedy.
I think it
Yes.
was hilarious, and here's the problem, is that it is a elitist comedy. If you're an elitist who went to college and can read the room in terms of the socioeconomic commentary throughout the movie, like if you're looking at the movie and going, "Oh, this is like a modern version of Pride and Prejudice," then you're the right audience for understanding how this is
Well,
a comedy.
Kyle, you define yourself as an elitist. Give me an example of a joke that you laughed during the movie.
She was making 80K. Like that's not. That's sort of a spoiler.
80K? That's not a joke. That's just explaining how much they make.
If you saw her apartment, it's a joke. Like she couldn't afford that apartment in New York on 80K.
It might have been provided by the company. You don't know.
An interesting argument that would not be the case for that type of job because it would be part-time. It's a 9 to 5, and I listened
No,
to.
it's a full-time job.
I said it's a 9 to 5,
Oh,
but it's.
what did I hear?
It's not like a W-2 type 9 to 5 job.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a 1099 still. The director Celine said that because of the amount of competition for day jobs in New York, like this is the type of job she did for
Yeah.
money because she couldn't be in retail or a barista, because if you wanted to do those types of jobs you had to have like 8 years of experience, which she did not have.
But she only did it for 6 months because she wanted to write, and she said she was having too much fun doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently.
and I think the movie's fun. I think it's fun and funny. It's just not falling down funny. It's like how Nick doesn't think Scream is a comedy, but I think Scream is a comedy. Scary Movie is clearly a comedy, but like that's what people are looking for. This is to Scream what Scary Movie is to Sweet Home Alabama. That's my argument.
Wow.
Wow,
Why?
Nick gave me like a sort of head sway on that
I
one.
mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Does it?
It's the same thing. It's a different balance. It's the comedy and drama is balanced differently than like your more mainstream romantic comedy where Kate Hudson has to be Kate Hudson playing
Name one of those
character
Kate
who acts
Hudson
just like
movies.
10 days, whatever the fuck.
Lose a guy in 10 days or whatever?
How to lose a guy in 10 days. Or she's being annoying the whole movie, right? And just being Kate Hudson.
I am, honey, let me fight on behalf of all women here and say that.
Whoa, let her speak for all
let
women.
me mansplain chivalry to you. Kate Hudson's not being annoying. She's trying to win a bet, and that's cool.
Yeah, no, but it's by
Did
by
she
being
make
annoying.
the bet? Isn't it
In
her
How
bet?
to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah,
they
it's
each
her
make
bet.
a bet. Yeah, the Matthew McConaughey makes a bet, and she makes a bet like, oh, I can, keep from getting in a relationship or get a guy to date me. I can't remember her end of the bet, and then his end of the bet is I can get somebody to date me. It's kind of like the She's All That. And you see, these kind of like hyperbolically, situational, like it's a sitcom in a rom-com, whereas this is a romantic movie that is, in the Greek sense of comedy, a comedy because the main character ends happy.
Sure. Well, I want to argue more that it's a dramedy, but I can't because it's spoiler to say what happens in the movie that leans it towards dramedy.
Go
more
off
than
on why
anything.
you don't like this movie, because I think
Why I don't like this movie? Because I don't think the characters are realistic. I mean, you're Dakota Johnson. You meet a rich guy who's financially stable, has a stable job, 6 foot whatever. He owns a $12 million penthouse. You're set for life.
So do you think he's paying a mortgage on that penthouse?
No.
No.
You think he's mommy and
parents,
daddy and
yes.
he
Probably
helped him
parents.
pay it all off?
Yes.
Yeah, I
They
think
bought
so.
it outright, I'm sure.
Okay.
Another thing I don't like about this movie is that it's so checklisted. Maybe that's a spoiler.
The idea that there are boxes for getting in relationships and checking boxes. Part of this is funny to me because, like, I don't care. Like, to me, this type of movie exists for people to go on dates to so that they can get into marriages. And the movie has marriages and weddings in
That's
it.
why I think it would have worked better as a rom-com. Because it would have been more of a date movie. This feels like a very serious drama that you wouldn't really put in the background. Because serious things happen in this movie.
Put on in the
Yes.
background.
You
What,
wouldn't-
sorry, you were agreeing with him?
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
that serious things happen. So it's like, how much of a comedy can it really be when?
It's not like Hitchcock. Nothing serious happens in that movie. That's also like a matchmaking movie.
Hitchcock?
Yeah, Hitch. Sorry, I keep confusing
Hitchcock.
Hancock and Hitch. Yeah.
Well, you've confused 3 different movies. You called Hancock Hitchcock when you meant Hancock, the Will Smith
Yeah.
superhero movie. And now you have said Hitchcock when you meant Hitch,
Yeah.
the other Will Smith movie with Kevin James. But Hitchcock is a movie with ScarJo and Anthony Hopkins playing Anthony Hitchcock. And it's sort of that's a good relationship movie because it's about how his wife helped develop the editing for Hitchcock, Psycho, the movie we're all thinking of when we think of. Have you seen Hitchcock, Nick?
No, I haven't.
With
Who
Helen
is-
Mirren?
No. Developed editing. In what way?
She was the editor on Hitchcock's movies.
Oh.
And the first cut of Psycho, the first draft of Psycho wasn't as effective as it was later on, and specifically the shower scene where it's like she thought of the rapid fire editing but not showing anything lewd, or at least that's what the movie kind of positions.
I wonder how true that is.
Behind every
I
great
don't
man,
doubt it. I'm just saying I wonder what liberties the movie took.
behind every great Farx brother, there is Mrs. Farx that will agree with one Farx brother over the one she's married to.
Always.
I think this movie's hilarious. We'll get more into why in spoilers because we can't talk about.
That's really
Yeah,
bad.
it is limiting that we're in non-spoilers
Yeah.
because everything I think of, I'm like, nope, can't say that. Can't say that yet.
Casting of Dakota Johnson.
I think
Leanna
this
doesn't
is
like
her
her.
best movie. I think she acted the hell out of it in this one.
You thought
Yeah.
Dakota Johnson was good. Nick Farx. I'm sorry. You're going yes.
I don't dislike her. It's not like she still felt a little. She kind of has her own like Kate Hudson thing going on, where she always strikes me as kind of the same in her roles, and just different. But like it's a different vibe than Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson's like, you know, I'm Kate Hudson.
What was that? Kate Hudson's.
I'm Kate Hudson.
Yeah, I'm Kate Hudson.
I'm Goldie Hawn's
It's a
daughter.
great. Is she Goldie Hawn's daughter?
Yes.
That's right. Kurt Russell's her dad?
No, it's some guy named Hudson.
Oh, it's kind of like Dakota Johnson because Don Johnson is her father. And
Yeah.
somebody else. Don
Yes.
Johnson from Miami Vice.
Was it Meryl
Yeah.
Streep? Is that her mom?
No, it's not Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep would not stand for that kind of besmirchment, my dear. I don't know why you would say such a
No,
thing.
but her mom's famous. Isn't
Dakota Johnson's. Well, and that's kind of the argument against the poverty propaganda that is Materialists, which we can debate more, I suppose, in the spoiler section, is whether or not it is poverty propaganda.
Propaganda for or
For
Oh.
like love over material possessions,
Oh,
and,
sure.
which I guess you could spoil.
with the boyfriend, with Chris Evans representing poverty, not her. I mean, yeah, 80K. I was surprised when she said 80K in New York.
Yeah,
are.
if you're at 100K in
But,
New
like-
York, you're not doing well.
Yeah, so I was surprised when she said. I thought she was gonna say like 250.
Mom Donnie's gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Her mom, her mom's Melanie Griffith. Because
Melanie
we all had to know.
Griffith. That's right. I've been trying to get background movie, and I'm just gonna give up for now, folks.
Well, here's our. It takes place in New York, but I feel like New York should have been more of a character in this movie, don't you think? Because in Past Lives, I'm comparing it to Past Lives, she makes New York sort of a character because they go to the Statue of Liberty, they go to these places and have these moments, like the carousel. You've seen Past Lives, right, Nick?
They went to Central Park.
Yeah.
You watched all of Past Lives?
No, in this movie. I'm
Oh, yeah.
debating
Yes,
that.
you did
Well,
go to
they did
Central
go.
Park.
Yeah, I would take my Mrs. Fark's side on this one and to say that this one is more in New York. And I know you listened to at least one of the same interviews I did of the director. Wait, you don't think
It's not that much in New York. She walks around for like the first
There's more scenes
20 minutes.
outside of cars but around cars.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. You see the streets of New York more often in this than you do in Past Lives.
Yeah, but in Past Lives, you know more monuments in New York, though.
Oh, it's
Brooklyn
more
Bridge.
touristy in Past Lives, you're saying?
Yeah. So I'm saying New York exists more as a character, quote unquote, in Past Lives.
I think so. You're arguing against New York being as much of a character in The Materialists versus
Yeah.
Past Lives. I'm saying it is more a character in like this is the they came together joke. It was like New York was a character in the movie, and clearly it's a shot of Toronto or something. Have you seen They Came Together, Nick?
No.
And Kirk, have you seen They Came Together?
I've only seen that small part.
Mrs.
yeah.
Farx, could you say one thing about that movie? Because I have to cut out. He has to cut out the part where I said
Oh,
the
well,
end.
I was really excited to watch it because Amy Poehler and Paul Rudd play a couple. And I was like, oh, those they're really huge at the time. It was like
Yeah.
2008 or something like that.
I think it was post 2010, but whatever.
Somewhere around there. But then the movie itself was not strong nor good. So
It's a David Wayne movie. The point is that it was marketed as a romantic comedy, and it is so comedic and cynical. It is doing the romance as a perfunctory element of the movie. It's hitting the beats of a rom-com while being like, rom-coms are stupid. You're stupid. It's almost like a scary movie in the sense it could be called romantic comedy the movie.
Oh, okay.
But it is more clever than that. That's the argument against the comedy in Materialists is that it is clever. It is not ha 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 paging doctor, hangover.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
a different.
saying.
There's lots of different kinds of comedy. This had its own kind of comedy.
Christopher Guest is a type of comedy.
Yeah.
But if you put Christopher Guest movies on in front of a broad swath of people, let's say, a lot of people go, "Oh, I'm excited for a comedy," and then you put Best of Show on in front of them, and that might not.
They don't get it. Yeah.
If they weren't waiting for that type of comedy, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm arguing so hard for that. I'm definitely against Kirk on the New York thing, but I want to come back to Dakota Johnson. I think she is very irritating in all movies because she grew up rich, she grew up privileged.
Yeah, she's a nepo baby or something, right?
Yeah, she's a nepo baby.
A lot of people in Hollywood are, though.
Sure. But I don't believe that she grew up poor and that her parents ever fought in the street.
What does that matter? She's an actor playing a character. What do you mean?
She doesn't she doesn't disappear into characters in a way that makes me forget who she is as an actor. It's like Johnny Depp's next movie has to make you forget that Johnny Depp's second wife pooped in his bed.
Well, maybe
Allegedly.
I have to see more Dakota Johnson movies. I've only seen her in
All the 50 Shades.
No.
Have you watched the 50 Shades?
No.
You haven't watched the
I
50
saw
Shades?
Madam Web. That was terrible.
You didn't walk out?
I saw it at home.
Oh, I
so
walked
couldn't
out.
walk out.
I still haven't seen the end.
I remember her in Social Network.
Yeah,
She's
in
at the
there.
beginning? No.
I think
not
no,
in
it's
it
more
that long.
middle. She
Yeah.
bangs Justin Timberlake.
She's banging Justin Timberlake?
Well, it's the morning after. She's in her underwear. It's like, oh, that's cool. That's fine. But like,
I'm thinking of Rooney Mara at the beginning of that movie.
yeah, who dumps? Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
You're going to
She's
make a
not-
sequel
she's
to
not-
that.
Yeah, why?
Because Aaron Sorkin can. And he thought Mitt Romney should have run in 2024.
Is it gonna be about Mark? Yeah, it's Mark Zuckerberg, right? Going to trial.
I think it's more about. Isn't it supposed to be more about like? I read it and then I forgot.
I've heard that it could touch on how Facebook had an influence in
Oh,
developing
yeah.
countries and how it,
Yeah.
this revolution might have been spurred by people being able to communicate on Facebook,
Yeah.
while at the same time you could go all the way to right before COVID when like someone goes on Facebook Lives and does a shooting in New Zealand. I can't remember if it's a
other
mosque.
movie I saw her in was the Peanut Butter Falcon. I liked her in that.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
she was
The
good.
Peanut Butter Falcon is
Yeah.
fantastic.
But moving on, so we're picking on Dakota Johnson a lot. What about the male casting?
Yes.
Because
Chris-
we all have our opinions on, everybody.
Do you think are you like most women and attracted to Pedro Pascal?
Well, I told you after we saw it, I'm like, I couldn't do the mustache. I just,
I have a
Mustache.
mustache.
but it was just
Cow-
mustache.
Oh, just the mustache.
Couldn't do just.
He,
Oh, that's true.
He can be attractive, but he wasn't attractive to me in that movie.
When is Pedro Pascal attractive? Tell me now and tell
Fantastic Four.
Mrs. Farx.
I don't know exactly. I just know that I've seen pictures of him.
Is
where
he
it's
attractive
like,
in the Fantastic Four trailer? We are
I
recording
haven't
this
seen it.
before.
I don't know.
You haven't? I've
Just
shown
say
it to you
yes.
twice.
Super.
You and the kids.
Twice. Nah.
The Last of Us. Wait, he has a
She doesn't watch
beard.
that.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks kind of scraggly in that movie, or that show. So I didn't want to say him.
Game of Thrones.
And then
She
Mandalorian,
doesn't
he's all
watch that.
covered. Yeah, I didn't see him in.
She only watched the last 2 seasons because we were watching them with like a group of people.
Game
I
of
don't even
Thrones.
remember him in that show
and
at
did
all.
not watch any of the first 6 seasons that are better.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of spoilery though. He's not in the movie that much.
He's like way older.
He's in it enough.
Not enough.
I've heard people say he's miscast because he's too charming and can't pull off the. You have to save it for spoiler, and this whole episode is a cock tease for the spoiler section. But
everybody's be edging.
he's he's not Mike White. Like if
Who's
you're
Mike
in bed
White?
with me, I'm gonna edge the fuck out of you. Mike White is the creator of White Lotus, who I respect and love, but he is
He named his own show after himself. Yeah.
yeah. Mike White Lotus. That's what that's why it's called White Lotus, right?
Is that his like euphemism for his butthole?
Yes, his White Lotus is his butthole, and he wants his ass eaten. We watched that show you suggested, or didn't suggest, but brought up on Jeff Bezos' streaming show. The one about a closeted gay guy who's in college and has the Hispanic friend who's not a girl, but not his girlfriend, and he's like trying to get her to fake being his girlfriend.
God, I already forgot what that was
is that
called.
called?
Started with a D.
It starts with a D.
I thought.
I don't know. We're 3 episodes in, but the I don't want to say slutty roommate, but the roommate who changes clothes a bunch got her ass eaten out at the end of the last episode.
Oh,
and
I
said she gave it a
Right.
2 out of 10, maybe a 3 because she wasn't scared.
The blonde one. Like she walks
Yeah.
in the room, she's like, I just got my ass eaten.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
that's
Yeah.
one we just watched.
Wow.
Everyone's like 35, 34,
Yes.
35 in that show.
Absolutely.
It's like, it's weird.
They're
It's
our
like,
age
it
playing
works.
22 or 19-year-olds.
Yeah, it's kind of,
And that's cute.
but
Like,
they're I think they're pretty good. I think, and a lot of them are writers on it too.
Yeah.
And I think because they're older, they are better. I think if these were like 22-year-olds writing, it would be like, you can imagine what it would be, right?
Pen 15, yeah. It's a little, like, it's not as extreme as Pen 15. Did you watch Pen 15?
I watched some of it, yeah.
So they're playing, obviously, 30-year-olds playing middle schoolers.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be, that's like part of a joke though.
Overcompensating. Is that
Yeah, I was gonna say for
yeah,
all the
well, yeah,
fans
that
who
comes
really
out
are
of
very
D. Why
curious
was I
about
thinking
this
D?
show.
overcompensate? Because you're thinking about D's.
Thinking about dicks, yeah.
Thinking about dicks.
It's like bento.
Speaking of dicks, Chris Evans, yay or nay, was he? I've heard some people say Pedro Pascal is the best of the triplet in this movie.
Triplet.
Yeah. There's like three main. It's a three-hander. They're doing like a double Dutch rudder or triple Dutch rudder.
He was so hot, but too poor. Can't
Wait,
believe she
really?
went for
You
it.
thought Chris Evans was hot, Mr. 45-year-old playing a 38-year-old, 37-year-old?
Yeah, but
He's not 45.
the money thing
He's in
was
his
like,
mid-40s.
Too much.
Somebody,
He's
I'm not gonna
42.
look it up.
I bet he's 42.
You looked it up?
I thought he was born in 81. I thought I just knew that.
Why did you look that up?
No,
You're
not
competitive
like
with
years
Chris Evans?
years ago.
Like it makes sense because Mrs. Farx said the thing about him looking hot but poor.
Yeah.
See, he's even more afflicted with the thing. Mrs. Farx, could you explain to Kirk and Nick the thing you think that most of us are afflicted with when it comes to he's 44, born in 81?
the afflicted with. I don't know.
So, like, the character that Chris Evans plays in this movie, The Materialists, has the problem that you have called out
Wanting to be an actor,
wanting to do art and like how
make it as a artist of some sort.
and that you see that as an affliction, like it hurts people clearly.
It-
Am I
I mean, it
incorrect in saying
can.
that?
It can if you.
He's poor. You were like, oh, he's hot, but he's poor.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he just hasn't made much progress. I mean, he had the play. I guess that's a kind of a spoiler, but not really. And
An
he
actor
was-
in New York had a play. I
he
don't know
was-
that that's a spoiler.
He was getting some work, but he was still struggling, and he had at least 2 roommates, and so it wasn't easy for him, and that's kind of the life that she was signing up for. Because cut
Yeah,
that out,
should we
but
just hop into spoilers? Or
No. I've got more things I want.
all right.
Okay, so of the 3 actors, who do you think was best, Kirk?
I'm gonna say Chris Evans
You're gonna say Chris Evans
Yeah.
was best.
because he was in it the most. Well, the same amount as Dakota Johnson.
No, he's in it as much as Pedro.
No, he's not.
I'm sure someone has done a heat check. I'm not going to. Nick, are you Pedro, Chris, or Dakota for best of the 3?
I
I think
liked,
they're all kind of miscast, and Kirk should say his thing about, you know what I'm talking about, Celine's song.
Yeah, but that's like a spoiler thing.
No,
isn't
no,
it?
no, I'll wait for it. Sorry, which one are you going with, Nick?
I think, well, man, I think Chris Evans and Pedro, I think their performances were good. I mean, you can always speculate like who could have been better cast. But I think Chris Evans maybe pulled out. I mean, I think if you're going to argue, if you had to choose which one was miscast, maybe you would choose Pedro Pascal.
Chris Evans would be better as Zac Efron if he didn't have the facial work. Like Zac Efron, if he hadn't had the plastic surgery from when he was in that movie with the Human Torch, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that movie, and Mr. Fantastic was in it as well. Miles Teller. See, I think of their superhero character, and then I think of who they were, and they were both like in the worst of the Fantastic Four movies.
I was going to say, it was this he was Fantastic Four, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Chris Evans?
Miles
Yeah.
Teller was Mr. Fantastic in the 2015 Fantastic
There's
Four.
so many different of them, like they just can't get it right. So it's
Well,
like,
and actually, Miles Teller might make a better character for Pedro Pascal's character. And then instead of Dakota Johnson, you take, who do you love? Carmen from *Halt and Catch Fire*, that actress. She's in the 6th of the...
she often
preliminaries.
has, Mackenzie Davis.
Mackenzie
Davis.
Yeah,
Was her name Carmen in that movie? In that show?
I can't remember her name.
The one
I'll get to
from
Yeah, Mackenzie Davis is who he's talking about.
Okay, so
Station
See No
11.
Evil or whatever.
Yes,
The
she's in
voice.
Station 11.
Terminator.
I don't think she... See No Evil, is
Yeah,
that...
I thought she was the
Yeah,
wife
she was in
of
there.
the.
No,
like-
it's Speak
Yes,
No Evil.
you're
It's
correct.
Speak No Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak No Evil. So yes, Mackenzie Davis would be a better actress in the part that Dakota Johnson has, because I believe Mackenzie Davis could have been poor in the past and now could be earning $80K, and like, hey, that's to some degree winning for her.
Wait, so your whole argument is that Dakota Johnson doesn't have the experience of being poor to play a character who was poor?
I don't authentically believe that she is anything more than a tourist performer when it
alright.
comes to actually understanding the character she's playing. I like Celine's song a lot, and hearing her talk in, for over an hour today about why she cast who she cast and that sort of thing, I feel like I could see what she was seeing. But if I had to fantasy cast it better, I would fantasy cast it with Zac Efron, Miles Teller, and Mackenzie Davis.
Well, my argument would be that I think she's probably just not a very good actor, because Pedro Pascal grew up poor and he plays a rich guy pretty well. I mean, so what's
Good
the
argument.
Yeah,
How do you know
maybe she's
Pedro
not a good
Pascal
actor.
grew up poor?
Huh?
How do you know Pedro Pascal grew up
I mean,
poor?
he grew up in a third world country, right? And
Chile is not third world. You're not supposed to say that anymore.
Whoa, okay, what am I supposed to say?
where Chilean sea bass comes from. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but what kind of world are we supposed to refer to it?
I don't
Developing
think.
Developing nation.
Wait, is Chile
Chile.
developing, or aren't they considered like a modern economy? I have no idea, to be quite honest. So
Yeah.
I'm hedging my bets here. What's your thing though about like Celine's song having a movie where it's all white people?
Where that's kind of a spoiler, because I'm going to spoil who she ends up with in the movie. That's why I'm saving it for spoilers.
Well, Pedro Pascal is white, I would argue, even though
Is
he's
he?
Chilean.
Is he
Yeah,
technically white?
my wife is 1/3 Colombian. Is Pedro Pascal white?
Yeah, he's like a white Hispanic.
Boom, white Hispanic.
Remember, we've gotten in trouble for that though before.
What, saying Hispanic?
No,
saying he was white.
saying white.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we did have a performer who wanted to be thought of as Hispanic or Latinx or Latinx.
Yeah.
We all know they're not going with Latinx anymore. That was just, you
Yeah,
know.
but I don't think he would qualify himself as white, per se.
I didn't say I was talking about a woman, Mrs. Farx.
No, I said Latine. That's the new. They do
Oh,
it with an
Latine,
E at the
yes.
end now.
Oh, no
Or
X.
Latina. Yeah. That's what
Latine?
Time.
I think Dakota Johnson is just not. She doesn't sink into roles enough, so that if she didn't have a background of being poor, you're gonna see that I think she's gonna struggle to sell you on the fact that she could have been poor in the past, because she's not.
I would
Not-
say that's not even a big deal in the movie. Like
Yeah.
they talk about it, but it really doesn't have to do with
Well, the
anything.
movie is about how cynical do you have to be about finances versus the romanticism of love?
Yeah, that's... Okay,
But she's specifically working with a wealthy clientele,
yeah.
so their expectations are high, and so they are talking about money and finances a lot in the movie, and finding somebody who's similar or greater than salary.
That's her argument about, I think it's Pride and Prejudice, where Mr. Darcy's salary, like everyone's salary, and that takes place...
£10,000 a year.
How much?
£10,000 a year.
Kirk knows.
That
And how much
broke
is that
ass.
in dollars? You fucking
Well, it was
commie.
back then. It was first.
Well, now it would be like 6,000, like with the exchange rate or something like that.
Six?
Or no.
No, you're going the wrong
I'm going
direction.
the wrong direction. You're right.
$16,000, maybe.
It's
No,
I
I
think
think
it's
it's more
something
than that.
like
Higher
that if
even.
you didn't inflate it for, from the Gilded Age to now.
So that was okay.
I want to get out there that Celine's song said the average salary, and I'm not looking this up, I'm just going into my phone for other reasons, was $35,000 for an American.
Wow.
That she looked that up somewhere, and she's like, that means half people in the United States are making less than $35,000.
Yeah.
So then when she was calling out numbers in the movie, she wanted to be very specific. Like, Pedro Pascal is not a billionaire. He's
No.
tens of millionaire, or
Yeah.
more than that, based on just the apartment alone. Do you guys want to make a for or against marriage as the unmarried people? Obviously, Mrs.
As
Farx and I
the
are pro-marriage.
single person,
Well, people,
I'm pro marriage. I
You're
think
pro-marriage?
people, yeah, should have the option of getting married if they want to. I'm not gonna stop people from getting married.
Now I have to go anti-marriage.
Why would
Sorry,
I?
Mrs.
Yeah.
Farx.
What?
Well, there are people who are anti-marriage. In the director's chair interview you listened to, the person interviewing her said she didn't believe in marriage and was more like, I just believe in partners for a time or something.
Did she say that? I would have remembered that if she said she didn't believe in marriage. I don't, because everybody's idea of marriage, I don't know, it's kind of different. People do it business, people do it for love, people do it for convenience, shotgun, weddings. There's a lot of reasons to get married.
That's very
There's a
true.
lot
Yeah.
of reasons to get married.
Most of them, they probably don't get married for the right reasons. They can make that choice
The real reason is why do most marriages end?
because they're not compatible to begin with.
Finances.
Because they weren't for the right reason.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. They
Although,
married
you
for
know,
the wrong reasons.
Maybe they were, but people can change too.
And I do think people get caught up in like the excitement of having a wedding.
Yeah.
And then once that's over, they're like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah, like the
Why'd you look at me like that?
Whoa, yeah, I didn't catch that. But like the end of what is it, The Graduate, where they run away and the camera stays on them and they realize,
Oh fuck.
yeah, shit, what did I just do?
I
That's
wanted to go bang that cougar, Mrs. Robinson.
technically he
So
does.
here's
He
you,
does, doesn't he?
Mrs. Robinson. This is where I make my goo today. Hey.
Oh,
All right.
well, yeah, that is a great spot to end it, so we could hop right into spoilers.
Let's go into spoilers.
Yeah.
Por favor.
I'll open the door for a minute.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.